Shield and Sword. More like Sword and Shield, because in Sunbreak, we're actually using the sword now. Elemental Sword and Shield appears to be the optimal way to play in Sunbreak, and in this video, I wanted to quickly share some comfy Sword and Shield builds for you guys. So if you enjoyed this video and want to see more Sunbreak content, then consider subscribing to my channel. So first we should discuss what weapons we're using for these builds, and for that, let's take a look at the Banahbra trees. Ignoring the Paralysis variant, all the Secta Tre sword and shields have 330 base raw with comfortable white sharpness and decent elemental stats. These sword and shields aren't necessarily the best at their respective elements, but the cool thing about Sunbreak is that every rarity 10 sword and shield is viable to use. Well, except for you. Anyways, what makes these Banahbra sword and shields very comfortable are the slots. A level 4, level 2, and level 1 slot is the best slot combination out of all the current sword and shields, and a level 3 rampage slot means you can add whatever rampage decoration you want, such as the Aurora's Soul, Element Exploit, and a level 2 anti-species decorations. Now, the Banahbra sword and shields recover every element except for water. Fortunately though, we do have a similar option for the water element. Dual Scissors basically has the same slots and rampage slots as the Banahbra sword and shields minus the level 1 slot, but for the most part that's not a big deal. And even though the raw and elemental stats are a little bit lower, it is made up by the 30 hits of purple sharpness, which actually makes this weapon a little bit stronger. So now let's talk about the comfy damage build. The minimum charm requirement is a charm with 2 level 2 slots. The charm I'm using happens to include Divine Blessing 3, which is a really nice skill to have, but it's totally not necessary. As for the armor pieces, we have Kaiser Crown X, Kaiser Mail X, Malzeno Braces, Archfiend Armor Ura, and Ingot Greaves X. And for the decorations, you'll need 2 Tenderizer, 2 Critical, 1 Mastery, 5 of the level 1 Element Attack Jewels, and a Wirebug Plus. Note that the Wirebug Plus decoration requires Afflicted Fangs, which you can only freely access once you're Master Rank 50. So if you're not at that point yet, you can swap it with something else. In total, we have the following skills. Critical Eye 7 and Weakness Exploit 3 gives us 90% affinity when attacking a hit zone of at least 45, which can go up to 100% if you slot in Aurora's Soul. Critical Boost 3 will make our critical hits even stronger. Master's Touch 3 combined with our high crit rates will greatly help prevent loss of sharpness. Attack Boost 4 gives us a 5% attack buff plus an additional 7. Element Attack 5 gives us a 20% elemental buff plus an additional 4. Chain Crit 2 increases attack by 12 and elements by 10 after the 5th consecutive hit. And Wirebug Whisper 3 makes the 3rd Wirebug last longer, shortens the cooldown of Wirefalls, and reduces Wirebug cooldowns by 15% when on the ground. Note that if you're using one of the Banahbra sword and shields, you have at least 3 extra level 1 slots, and if you're using the Dual Scissors, you have 2. I suggest having at least 1 level of flinch free so you don't flinch like crazy in multiplayer, and stun resistance to reduce the duration of stun, just in case you get Curio bombed. Now the Banahbra weapons and the Dual Scissors are very versatile weapons, so why not try to make a fun healer build with them, yeah? The minimum charm requirement this time is a charm with wide range 2 in a level 2 slot, or a charm with a level 3 slot in a level 2 slot, and for Dual Scissors, an extra level 1 slot on a charm will be useful as well. For the armor pieces, we have the Lunagaren Helm, Kaiser Mail X, Kaiser Vambraces X, Aurora Canth Coil, and Ropessa Crura X. And for the decorations, you'll need a Gobbler Plus, a regular Gobbler, 3 Satiated, 3 Tenderizer, 2 Critical, 1 Hardship if you're using the wide range 2 level 2 slot charm, or 2 Hard Friendship if you're using the level 3 2 slot charm, and a Wirebug Plus, which again you can trade this for whatever you want. And again, for the extra level 1 slot, I strongly suggest flinch free. In total we have the following skills. Crit Eye 7, Weakness Exploit 3, Crit Boost 3, Master's Touch 3, and Wirebug Whisper 3 are there as usual for damage, but now we have Wide Range 5, Speed Eating 3, and Free Meal 3, which are all quintessential skills to have as a healer. The damage for this build is obviously a lot lower than the previous build, but the idea is you'll buff your team's attack with Might Seeds, Demon Powder, and Demon Drugs to make up for it, and you'll be able to heal your teammates with Mega Potions to keep them all alive. But that is all I have for this video. For my next builds video, I'll work on less comfy but higher damage builds using better sword and shields for each element, so stay tuned for that. Anyways, if you have anything else to add, then feel free to leave a comment down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe if you aren't already subscribed, and I'll see you next time.